come. That's why I'm gonna. That's why I'm going doing your pussy tonight, Link.
Well, what's up with that accent? Why do you sound like a country person? I'm gonna come in your pussy tonight, Link. Good Lord. What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you the last episode of Tears of the Haters, aka Salt for the Salt Gods, where we basically go over people who are hating on Tears of the Kingdom. This guy is the culmination of all the fears of SJWs everywhere. Alright, this guy is 50% fears and nightmares of SJWs and 50% the sweat off of PewDiePie's balls. This guy is the Synthetic Man. Alright, if you don't know the Synthetic Man, he gives you gems like this.
Or something. It was a CG trailer, no gameplay, so already you can get a pretty good idea of the level of wokeness you're gonna see here, and I feel like I have to point out, because my noticing radar is going off, that did you actually read that list of billionaires? Isn't it interesting that there's no Rothschild or Soros, no name ending in Berg or Stein? Can I make it any more clear what I mean by this question? Just a little something I noticed.
That's right, this dude literally was like, he literally saw a list of fictional evil billionaires from a video game and was like, where the Jews at? Like, wow, like, yes, and this guy has some, these aren't the only takes he has, but his takes on Tears of the Kingdom are the ones we're going to talk about today. Alright, so of course, if you like videos like this, you like any of my other videos that I do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/rsmario128. Like the video, tweet, share the video, tweet, and I will shout you out at the end of the video. Also, you can check out the other 2 episodes of Tears of the Kingdom, where Tears of the Haters, sorry, where I go over Endymion and his review, and I also challenge the people on Twitter and talk about their takes on Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, and some of the stuff I actually kind of agree with him on as far as some of the issues with the game, but it's just one particular section that he calls his schizo rant, you know what I'm saying, which is the one that stands out the most, and that's what we're challenging here today.
Oh, now there's actually a lot of Hylians that are various shades of brown throughout the world. And of course, one of the founders of Hyrule set the stage for the entire series, created a wonderful Wakanda-esque utopia, is one of these brown Hylians. Almost literally, we was Kangs and shit. So much for Skyward Sword being the beginning of the series.
And you know, truth be told, I'm not a very big fan of the black people.
The last thing I ever thought I would hear in a critique of a Legend of Zelda game is we was Kangs and shit. Okay, look, I'm not somebody that like, you know what I'm saying, that like gets really uber mad about racial stuff. Like, I can, because like, I'm black. I mean, if you say the N-word, like, you probably getting hit, but you know what I'm saying, like, we was Kang, like, she's brown, she's not even really that black, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I will admit that the whole, like, yeah, there suddenly are different colors of Hylians is an interesting thing. But Hylians kind of supposed to represent the humans of this world. So having different colors of them actually kind of works. Not to mention, she didn't set the stage for the entire series. Skyward Sword is still the beginning of the series. Okay, alright, the series still begins with Skyward Sword. Alright, this doesn't happen before Skyward Sword. This happens afterwards. Because again, Ganondorf's a thing. The whole Ganondorf chain of violence and evil thing comes from the battle between Hylia and Demise. If that doesn't happen, there is no Ganondorf. Okay? Alright? And if there is Ganondorf, he's not evil. So this whole thing is kind of crazy. Like, do you not know? Do you not know, home dog?
And to dip into the schizo paint a little bit, the king being a goat man, who are the Zonai people who came from the heavens, is borderline satanic imagery.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I have no idea if this is intentional or not, but Japan used to be infamous for putting weird Christian symbolism in anime and occasionally video games. So this could be an extension of that, or again, if you want to take the schizo angle, this is a result of a certain cult organization full of quote-unquote elites that are subtly inserting their propaganda into video games.
Oh boy, we came from We Was Kangs to the Illuminati to Satan. Bruh. Yo, I told you this Jay was crazy. And he even said the schizo rant. So, goats have 2 horns. Alright? Alright, Raru doesn't. He has 4 horns. Okay? Alright, now if we're gonna go for like biblical, symbolism, you're looking for a couple of numbers. You're looking for 6, 7, or 12. Alright? 6 is the mark of the beast. 666. Alright? He doesn't really have the 6 imagery anywhere on him. Alright? He has 10 tassels. I believe 10 it's been a long time since I studied my biblical numbers, but I believe 10 might have relevance, but I don't think it's negative. Alright, the only negative number really is 6. Okay? 7 is the number of completion. That's why there's 7 Dragon Balls. And then 12 is, of course, the number of the 12 tribes of Israel. Again, no 12 here either. Just 10 and 4. Alright? So, I mean, where are you getting this symbolism for? Just because he vaguely looks like a goat man. Alright? He doesn't even look like Baphomet. Like, okay. And then the Illuminati reference? Well, at least I think it's an Illuminati reference. He referenced Jews earlier. Maybe he's still on the Jew thing. But the thing is, I'm like, so a secret band of elites have infiltrated Japan now. So now they're influencing Japanese games. Like, he is right that Japanese games do have religious symbolism. How many Final Fantasy games do you end up fighting God? Okay? Or some equivalent of God? So, okay, I get that, but the Illuminati, though? The Illuminati, like, yeah, put Satan in the Zelda game and make him the good guy so you can fight the other Satan allegory, man. Okay.
Not to mention the quote-unquote subtle homosexual imagery from Breath of the Wild has been expanded even further in this one.
That nigga gay.
And I already know people are gonna say I'm reading into it and no kid's gonna see this shit, but that's exactly how you desensitize people and how you groom them, right? You expose them to things. The vow that each of the new sages takes to Link looks like they're proposing to him. And Sidon, the giant shark guy, people already made a bunch of gay lewd images between him and Link when Breath of the Wild came out. Well, now him quite literally putting a ring on his finger, and man, their relationship is too fucking weird, dude. I don't care that they literally give him a wife in the story. I'm not convinced.
So Link's gay now. So, okay. All right, here's the thing. This is something that, now I was going to do a video about the Mary Sue and what they said about this, because Mary Sue was like, oh, Link is like a trans icon, even though he's only ever cross-dressed like twice. 1, I don't even know if that's canon. And 2, like, that was literally to sneak into a place. All right, he had to do it. It wasn't like, oh, he just wanted to dress like a chick. It was something he had to do. All right, and so you're doing the same thing just from the opposite side. Link's not gay because he had to dress as a woman. All right, Mrs. Doubtfire isn't actually a trans person. Mrs. Doubtfire had to pretend to be a woman because he wanted to see his kids. I guess that makes you trans. You want to see your kids? I guess you're trans. I guess you're gay. You want to save the world by sneaking into this place dressed as a woman? I guess you're gay. Saving the world is like hella gay, man.
Link was already a cross-dresser before this game. Not to mention, an actual child, a bird child, is one of the other sages.
Hold out your hand.
Jesus, he's hand-mogged by everyone. He's hand-mogged by a child. Link was destined to be a bottom. It's over.
So he's just checking off boxes at this point. So far, he's checked off all the like crazy alt-right boxes. So far, so Link's gay, cross-dresser, okay, Satan, okay, the Illuminati. Let's see, am I missing? I gotta be missing one. This is Satan, Illuminati, black people. That's right, black people, women. So yeah, we've checked off almost all of the alt-right boxes. Pedos. The next one. So now they're pushing pedophilia because a bird child shakes his hand. You know what I'm saying? Oh, handshake. Here's my power. I mean, more than likely the whole thing with the rings is just a Nintendo marketing synergy technique. All right, because if you think about it, the other game that came out, the other big Nintendo game that came out this year was Fire Emblem Engage, and that game was also centered around rings. Does that mean that game is also, well, Fire Emblem's always been kind of gay, so I'll give you that one. I mean, but yeah, I don't think it's gay or it's pedo because, oh, look, a child gave him a ring that gives him superpowers. You know what I'm saying? You know, like friggin' Gandalf gave a ring to Frodo. It didn't mean he wanted to smash him forever. It means, hey, I need you to hold on to this for me.
And Riju's a Gerudo, and if you've seen any of their Rule 34, you know they're usually sporting a little something extra. Come. That's why I'm going doing your pussy tonight, Link.
Pause.
So obviously that's not canon, but you get the point, man. Every character that vows to him might as well be male, figuratively. Now, honestly, I don't actually believe that, but it is weird enough to be eyebrow raising. Certainly worth making fun of, at the very least.
Well, what's up with that accent? Why do you sound like a country person? I'm gonna come in your pussy tonight, Link. Good lord. Okay, so rule 34. Okay, that's what you're basing your estimation off this game off of fan-made pornographic content. Rule 34. Do you know if people based their assumptions about a game off of Rule 34, do you know how many people would stop playing Resident Evil? Do you know how much Mr. X Rule 34 there is out there? Mr. X and Ada, Mr. X, let me stop. Don't ask how I know about this. Never mind. This next.
And perhaps more importantly than this weird schizo tangent is the fact that time travel completely ruins the story of Breath of the Wild. Because if Zelda traveled back in time, however many years, she could have just told the Hylians never to build the Divine Beast because Ganon would corrupt them and end up killing everybody, and then Breath of the Wild would never happen. Again, it doesn't feel like a sequel at all because Breath of the Wild might as well be ignored for the sake of this game's story.
I'll admit, okay, that one I kind of admit. Like, yeah, there's a lot of aspects of Breath of the Wild that they kind of ignore from this game, like the Divine Beasts and stuff like that. But to say that the time travel messes up the timeline or messes up the game and the story, I don't know. I don't know about that one because the thing is, she went back further than, you know, like before Calamity Ganon, right? Because remember, the king of Hyrule during Calamity Ganon was a Hylian, all right? It was a Hylian dude. I can't remember the name of the king, but he's pretty much the same king that you see in Breath of the Wild. He was the king at the time of Calamity Ganon, right? When they, you know, he was the king around that time period. So, more than likely, the time period she went back to is long before Calamity Ganon was a problem. All right? You know what I'm saying? Because remember, more than likely, Calamity Ganon was a side effect of Ganondorf being sealed away for so long. The events of this game take place when, or at least when she was transported back to, take place when Ganondorf's alive and he's not sealed away. You know what I'm saying? So Calamity Ganon's not even an issue here. So she wouldn't have to tell them, you know what I'm saying, oh, well, don't build the divine beast. They're not going to know what those are or why they would build it in the first place. Because again, Ganondorf is still out and about. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't even know that Calamity Ganon was caused by Ganondorf being sealed. She doesn't even know that yet. All right? You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even know. I mean, it's kind of a theory, but she technically doesn't even know that yet. So yeah, this joke was crazy, man. I had to, when I saw this, I had to talk about it. It didn't matter how long it took me to get this video out. I was going to get this video out. All right, so that's about it for this one. So what do you think about this? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm looking too much into this, or is this guy insane? All right, tell me in the comments down below. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and always, people, keep it real.